In this video I'm going to demonstrate the basic configuration and key concepts of EnergyTracker's configuration. And so the way we do this is through the administration console, which we can launch through the start menu. So if we go to all programs, we'll go down to EnergyTracker, and under EnergyTracker administration you can launch the EnergyTracker administration console. When you first install EnergyTracker and run the administration console, it'll come up with the EnergyTracker configuration assistant. This is really good just for going through all the key configuration components to make EnergyTracker successfully work. You don't have to use it, but even for skilled installers and people who can configure this quite easily, this is a good first step just to make sure that you get all those initial elements just right. And really it is just about following the bouncing ball, and on completion what you'll do is you'll have green ticks down each of these three areas indicating that EnergyTracker has been successfully set up. So what we do is we start first with add a new company or home detail. So we'll just click on this so we can enter a company name. We'll just put in our one. Oops, if I get it right. Our address of the company, we'll have our city, state and postcode. We'll add that in. You can add as many of these in because the premise of the EnergyTracker system is it's a centralized management system, so you could have potentially multiple companies, multiple locations, anywhere from 1 to hundreds of energy meters that you may want to collect information from. And so this is a way of allocating energy meters and circuits to specific locations for reporting purposes. But we'll just do this basic, so just the one company for now. I'll just close that. So that's done, and now we'll add at my location. So here we are in our head office. It's a physical location. If we had multiple company names, we could associate the location with the company name. We don't need to worry about parent location, but parent location basically means you can set up like a tree, a view of locations and companies if you had a much more complex environment. But for now this will do. We just had the one, our head office. And so you see we've got a green tick next to that one, so we move down to number 2, which is add, update an energy meter. Now an energy meter is the physical energy metering device, and you know, this could be an Auditor 3, a Socomec Dirasa 40 smart meter, anything like that. And what we want to do is actually add in the meter number. So this is a unique number that we can assign to the energy meter, and in this case we're going to do, this example is going to be based on the actual Auditor 3, which is a class 1 billing piece of hardware. It's one of our most popular ones. So what I'll do is I'll enter in the meter number, and all Auditor 3s come with a meter number. I'll just enter in a standard. The description of it can be an Auditor 3. The physical meter location, we'll say it's installed at our head office, and the energy type for this meter is electricity consumption. But we could, if it was monitoring our solar or a wind turbine or hydro, we could actually assign that different energy type to that meter, and that's important when it comes to the reporting system. But in this case we'll just leave it as electricity consumption, and we'll add that in. If you had lots and lots of meters, at this point you would just add all those meters in at this point. Of course you can come back at any time and add more in as you add or remove from your system. You can add and subtract meters from EnergyTracker. For now we'll just work, we've got the one, so we've added that in. We'll close that. And now at this point we'll actually add the definition for the physical meter itself. So what we do is EnergyTracker supports a range of hardware, and we're adding to that fairly regularly. In this case our energy monitoring hardware we've got is the WattWatcher Auditor, so we'll select the WattWatcher Auditor, and what we'll do is click on add monitoring hardware. And when you add, for the different types of hardware, the configuration interfaces that you see will be slightly different because each of them have their own different characteristics. In this case, the auditor in configuration screen will look like this, and what happens is as the auditor sends us information, we'll see that it'll appear in here in this list, and as more auditors come online, the list will grow automatically. So to configure one, and in an unconfigured state, it's got the little icon will be blue, we just click on it, we give the auditor a description, so this is head office front, so select our time zone, and this is important because the date timestamps at which energy is received from the meter are important, because the meter may actually reside in a different state or time zone from where the physical energy tracker software is installed. And in this case, we're at Perth time zone. We can automatically adjust for daylight saving if we want to. I won't enable that at the moment. The physical auditor location is in our head office, and the pole frequency basically is pre-set, but you can change this to speed up and slow down how often it records information from the auditor. In the case of the auditor, it will send you information every 5 seconds. You've got no choice of that, but you don't have to record every 5-second interval if you don't want to. You can slow this down or speed it up. We leave it at 5 seconds because that gives you the greatest granularity of information based on what energy you're consuming at any point in time. And then once you've actually entered in this information, you hit apply, and it's saying yep, it's successfully added the new energy monitor. And once you've done that, you always hit listen. And what listen actually does is it actually listens for all the information coming off the electrical circuits that are being monitored by that piece of hardware. And this is the same no matter what piece of energy monitoring hardware you're actually configuring. This process is identical. And so what it does is it actually tells you, okay, we've got 3 energy circuits on this particular auditor that are returning information to us. And now what we have to do is go into every one of those electrical circuits and identify what it's actually monitoring. So this could be incoming 3-phase mains, it could be one circuit could be light and power, one circuit could be heating, one circuit could be cooling, or plant equipment. So if we just double click on one, you'll see it comes up automatically with a description of the circuit. But what I do encourage is actually change this. Don't leave it as default, because the default actual description doesn't tell you what it is monitoring. So we'll make some stuff up. So we'll say this one is air conditioning. Okay, the associated meter is what's listed here. So that circuit belongs to this meter, and it is electricity consumption. But again, you could say this circuit could be electricity consumption, solar production, wind, depending on the different energy types that it may be monitoring. So we'll just hit apply, and what we do is we do it for the other 2 as well. So this one we can say is light and power. Apply that. And the last one, we can say maybe this one is refrigeration. And we'll apply that one too. And now that we've got all that, we'll just hit apply to commit those changes. We can stop this now, and that's it. That piece of energy monitoring hardware is now configured. Okay, now the last item that we need to do is create a site. I'll do all this and then I'll explain what each of these actually mean. So let's create a new site, and essentially the definition of a site is a collection of energy circuits. So you define one or more energy monitors, meters. You then define all the electrical circuits for each of those, and then what you can do is group those electrical circuits to a site. And so you can create any number of sites, and you can associate any number of combination of circuits to that site. And effectively what that does is it creates a new reporting group. And so you can go into the EnergyTracker reporting system and see each of those sites and view the energy associated with those sites. And secondly, in the EnergyTracker client, these sites appear in a list, and you can choose sites to view and look at the energy information in real time from those sites as either an aggregation, so all the circuits added together, or as split apart, so you can view the individual circuits' energy consumption at that point in time. And that goes for solar as well. It will split it out into solar, wind, and energy consumption. So this site is head office. We'll choose our time zone. So in this case, we'll go back up to WA. And what we'll do is, I want to associate these 3 electrical circuits to that site. So I'll just tick the top one, and you'll notice it ticks all the circuits associated with it, so you don't have to go and tick all the individual ones. Okay, now a key concept of EnergyTracker is these client subnets. Now, unless you're a little bit familiar with networking and you're only installing this on a single network like a home or a small business, then you don't need to worry about what this means. But if you're installing this into a larger organisation where computers are spread out all over multiple sites, then this will become important, but I won't cover it off here because it's a more advanced topic. So we'll leave that for now. Now what you can actually do is, for every month of the year, you can set basically max demand targets. And the reason for setting these is that in the EnergyTracker client, the percentages calculated of current energy, that is energy being consumed at this point in time, is a percentage of this value here. So if you are consuming 2.5 kilowatts and you've set a peak target of 5, then the EnergyTracker client will show you 50% consumption at any point in time. And obviously the EnergyTracker client will react and show you different alerts based on your peak target value and what you're currently consuming at this point in time. And you can set that for individually for each day of the month, for each month, or you can just set it globally. So we could change that to 2 and this one to 1 and say just apply it to all months. But that really is a decision that needs to be made, and it can be a goal, so you want to make sure your energy consumption never goes over this amount, so that you set it, you achieve that goal, and then you lower it again, so that you're always striving for improved performance in your business or home's energy consumption. And so when we've done all that, we can just hit apply. And so that's done. You hit close. And now you'll notice that we've got green ticks all across each of these levels. And at that point, the EnergyTracker system is configured to monitor a single meter, its electrical circuits, and display that information to the EnergyTracker client. And at this point, I'll stop this video and we'll do some more advanced stuff in the next one.